So a couple things before you submit your lab report today. One thing, make sure that you've completed all the parts, that you've completed the matching questions, you have followed the guidelines as far as what goes in each section. Again, use it like a checklist. It's what I'm going to use to compare against your rubric. So make sure you've gone through and you've done things like, not use personal pronouns. Make sure your sections are labeled. You have a section labeled hypothesis. You have a section labeled materials and methods. Make sure those materials and methods are in paragraph form and are detailed, that you have the equipment named, you have the brands of gum named. Your hypothesis, that you not only have a prediction of what you think will happen, but why. Your title is descriptive. So just make sure you have all these sections and the information that's needed is included in all those sections as well. One thing too, when you start getting to analyze your data, so we collected the data on Friday, when you get to analyzing it, you'll want to not only have your information in a table, but also represent it in a graph. So just a real quick tutorial on how to do that. You'll also should be working with Mr. Wolf at some point, kind of going over this as well. But just a basic tutorial is you will want to get into Google Sheets in order to do that. So this is an example I made just to show you that you want your independent variable in column A, your dependent variable in the other columns. The other thing to keep in mind is you don't want labels attached in the individual cells. The graph won't pick up on that. That's why I have length here and then the unit being measured, which was in centimeters. So to turn this into a graph, you just highlight it, hit this little insert chart button, and that will take it into a graph. Now because I'm showing one single measurement for each type, a bar graph is going to be the best bet. If I was showing change over time, then a line graph is going to be a better bet. But a bar graph would be good. You can see our labels carry over and we can adjust that title. So once you decide what bar graph you want, if you go into customization, then we can change the title. So here we have the title as being length. We don't want that. We want something like brands of bubblegum. You can think about what you want to type this versus length stretched. Something along the line. Something that includes your variables and what you're actually measuring. That we have make sure we have labels on both axes. So we have a label along the Y that's already given, but say we want a label down here, and so we would want that left or horizontal. This would just simply, what are we doing? This is brands of bubblegum. So once we hit insert, then once we think it looks good, we just simply go to copy chart, and then in your actual lab report, in the results section, once that's copied, we just go to paste. We want to link it, and there it shows up. If you click on it and hit wrap text, it's going to be a lot easier to move around. So we want actual graph inserted into the lab report, not just the link. So that should at least get you to have a graph made, and like I said, you should be working in math, kind of working with this a little bit, understanding how to best analyze that data. So when you're all finished, make sure this gets submitted. Pay attention to due dates, pay attention to having all the different aspects of your lab report included. The other thing is make sure everybody's name that's in your group is written on the actual lab report itself. Only one person needs to submit, but make sure everybody's name is on it so I know who it goes to. Alright, so hopefully that helps, and good luck.